All right, let's just jump right into it. If you are tired of wading through all the noise online, trying to figure out what actually works right now in 2026, then you are in the right place. We are going to cut through all of that outdated advice and give you a clear, modern playbook for making real money online. So let's just start by admitting something you probably already feel deep down. Most of the old advice, yeah, it's broken. Drop shipping, affiliate marketing, these things are now hyper competitive, the margins are razor thin, especially since AI completely changed the game. So if you've been feeling skeptical, you were right to be. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why the old rules just don't apply anymore. Then, I'm going to give you a super simple filter to spot bad ideas instantly. After that, we'll look at two paths. One for getting your first cash in the door fast, and another for building real, actual wealth. And then we'll wrap up with the one mistake that just kills everybody's progress. Let's do this. To navigate this new world, you need a simple system. Forget about a million different business models. We can literally sort every single online money-making opportunity into just 4 buckets. This framework is going to be our compass, helping us make smart moves and dodge those costly mistakes. This right here, this table is basically our entire strategy at a glance. Think of it as your map. You've got the trash bucket, which we need to avoid like the plague. You've got the easy bucket for getting some quick wins. And then the medium and hard buckets for building serious, scalable wealth. The key here is just understanding where an idea fits before you pour your time into it. Honestly, the most important step in making money online is learning what not to do. Seriously, wasting months on some dead-end idea is the fastest way to just get completely burned out. So this next part is all about building a protective filter to save you a ton of time, money, and frustration. Okay, so here are a few examples of what's in that trash bucket. Things like NFT flipping and crypto day trading. They're just insanely volatile and you need a ton of capital. And then you have stuff like basic data entry and captioning, which AI is just eating for lunch at a crazy pace. These are either obsolete, way too crowded, or they're set up so it's way easier to lose money than to make it. They're just time sinks, not real opportunities. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Chasing ideas from the trash bucket isn't about not trying hard enough. It's about using the wrong tool for the job. You are literally set up to fail from day one because the vehicle itself is broken. You need a different vehicle. So here's your takeaway tool. Before you jump on any new idea, just run it through this simple 3-question filter. If you answer yes to even one of these, stop immediately and move on. I promise you, this little checklist will save you from countless dead ends. Now for the fun part. Let's move on to our first real path, the easy bucket. The goal here isn't to get rich overnight, okay? It's about getting that first win, making your first couple $1,000 online, building up that confidence, and learning the most fundamental skill of all, how to serve a client. This is where you build momentum. Now, what's really cool about these is that none of them require a fancy degree or anything. It's all about execution. Businesses have these immediate, painful problems like they need social media content, or they want to set up an AI chatbot to handle customer questions, or even something like brokering user-generated content. That's just finding creators to make videos for their marketing. You can step right in with modern tools and solve those problems and get paid pretty quickly. And the action plan? It's beautifully simple. First, create an offer that's not about your hours, but about the result, the outcome you deliver. Like, I will save you 10 hours a week by managing your inbox. Then, commit to doing one single outreach every single day. That's it. That discipline is what separates the people who do this from the people who just think about it. Okay, you've made your first cash. You've got some momentum. Now, how do we get to real wealth? Well, this requires a pretty fundamental shift in your thinking. We're moving from the easy bucket to the medium and hard buckets, and it all boils down to one core concept. Pay close attention to this slide, because this is probably the most important strategic leap you will ever make. In the easy bucket, you get paid for tasks. On the pro path, you get paid for outcomes. See the difference? You're no longer just an editor or writer. You are a partner who solves major revenue and growth problems. That is where the real value is. And this slide shows that progression perfectly. In the medium bucket, you're selling these high-value outcome-based services, like running an automation agency. But in the hard bucket, you're not just selling a service anymore. You are building scalable assets and empires. You're investing, building software, or using your personal brand to bring deals to you. So the whole point of the Pro Path is to build a real business, not just a high-paying job. You have to tie your skill to a growing market, like AI. You build systems so the business doesn't depend on you. You hire a small, elite team. You use AI to boost your profits, and you use content to have opportunities come to you.
All right, we've covered the map, the paths, and the action plans, but none of it matters. I mean, literally none of it matters if you fall into the single biggest trap that kills more progress and destroys more dreams than anything else.
So what is it? What's the number one reason most people try and try, but never really get any real traction online? It's actually not because they chose the wrong idea. It's something way, way more common than that.
It's this shiny object syndrome. Most people fail not because their idea was bad, but because they switch buckets every few weeks. They jump from idea to idea, constantly resetting their progress all the way back to zero, never staying in the game long enough to actually win.
So what's the antidote? It's this number. 1,000 days. That's about 3 years. That is the minimum amount of focused commitment you should give to any real idea from the easy, medium, or hard buckets. Winners simply stay in the game long enough to win. So here's how you make that happen. First, you just have to make the decision. Pick a path and commit to 1,000 days of focused effort. Second, document your journey. Share your progress, your wins, your losses. Building in public creates this incredibly powerful accountability that will keep you on track when things get tough. And really, it all comes down to this. The playbook is here, the paths are clear. You really can do anything, but you can't do everything. So the only question left, the one you have to answer for yourself is, what will you choose and what will you commit to?